Welcome back to Art for Wellbeing. Today we're going to have a go at doing a Picasso inspired makeover on a celebrity. So I've printed out some Picasso examples just to give me a bit of inspiration. Just looking at his colour and his style and just the way he constructs his faces is quite interesting. And today I'm going to be using oil pastels because I can use some really nice bright colours. Donald Trump's got really good expressions he pulls some really good expressions on his face. So first of all, to start with, I thought I did a bit of a search on the internet and I've just printed out various versions of his expressions. I've got a few lines on my printouts here, if you can see, because it didn't print out particularly well, but I'm literally just going to be using it as just an experiment really. So I'm just going to cut out bits of his face and reassemble them, which sounds a bit mean, but just to give myself an idea of what I could come up with. So I'm just going to start by just cutting out some bits, and I quite like his finger there because that's almost like a very expressive part of him and his personality. So it's like about capturing someone's personality as well as kind of recognizing what they look like. So here you go. So I've got that. Quite like, I might overlap it with, say, that. So if you notice with Picasso, he often overlapped images. So he's got, like, sometimes it looks like someone's facing sideways, but they're also facing front ways at the same time. Or they might be talking and eating, and there's just lots of different views within the same picture. So that's why I'm kind of cutting up these images, just to give myself a little bit of a head start, if you like, with this. So I'm just going to, I might just cut that bit out. So kind of already gives a sort of feel for him and the sort of Picasso style. So I've got him looking that way. I could also have an eye looking that way. I've got his expression, his sideways view. So I quite like that face that he's doing, and also that hand. I could even, that was actually part of that picture, so I could maybe put his ear down here, have that as a kind of composition. You can see that. And kind of like doing a bit of a jigsaw really. Like I quite like his sort of mouth expression on this one. But he also does a really good sort of serious look. So I'm just wondering what that's going to look like if I do a serious look with his weird sort of, looks a bit strange like that. Looks a bit like an alien. And also his eyes, really expressive, serious looking. So maybe I'll combine something like that. So I'm going to not use all of these, so it's just literally having a bit of a play and seeing what comes out. So with Picasso's paintings, like this one for example, you seem to have lots of different eyes on this one, lots of noses and suggestions of mouths and stuff, so there's no reason why we can't have that as well. So I quite like that one. I think I'll go with that idea. So I'm going to put that over to one side. I'm going to look at Picasso's paintings again, and I've got some oil pastels here. And you normally have quite a limited oil, colour palette with oil pastels. So I'm just going to pick a few colours out to work with. So I'm going to go with this orangey red, perhaps yellow, because he's kind of got blondish hair, and maybe turquoise, bit of black, maybe the green, and red. I might use a bit of white oil. So I've got 8 colours there that I'm just going to limit myself to. And I think I'm going to start by just kind of, I'm going to use like a neutral colour to start with. Oops. So I'm just going to use this sort of yellow just to sketch out a kind of the shape of his hair. So remember, it's going to be quite abstract looking. So you've got his big old quiffy hair here, which we can still be quite primitive, kind of like some of Picasso's paintings are almost like quite primitive and naive looking. So we're not going for fine detail, we're just going for like expression of character, more like. So I'm going to bring that round there. He's got kind of like a squarish face, isn't he, Trump? And he's got like very thin lips. Might overexpress his chin area. And then he always has like he seems to wear a red tie a lot. So I might just, he's got very high shoulders. And I'm going to put his red tie down here somewhere. So I'm just penciling in or crayoning in with an oil pastel. You can use pencil as well, but don't forget, if you use pencil, some colours of oil pastel over the top, you'll see the pencil lines. So just to be aware of that. If you don't mind that, then that's not going to be an issue. But if you don't want to see pencil lines, and also if you start rubbing out, you can indent the paper. So when you pastel over in indentation, you'll get like a sgraffito effect, which may or may not be good, but just to be aware of that. So I'm going to do this little beady eye looking over there, and I'm going to also do his furrowed brow, and then his nose coming out that way. So I'm going to accentuate his nose, a bit like a caricatured nose. So hopefully you can see this. It's quite, I might actually go over it with orange, just so you can see the detail a bit more. So I'm kind of over exaggerating his nose there, and his eye creases, and his crow's feet. And then also obviously he's got the other overlapping image, which is his nose again, and his kind of mouth area. Mealy little lips, got a big bit of a chunky chin on. And flabby neck. And he's got his like beady eye in there a little bit. And what's his eyebrows? I think I'm done. So this is my Picasso inspired Donald Trump. I work quite quickly with it, using the pastels and not worrying too much about detail, but just trying to get in the sort of main features of his mouth and his like beady eyes and his expression. So I'm not sure whether it actually looks like Donald Trump, whether anyone would recognise it as Donald Trump. But this is my version, and I hope it inspires you to do something even better. So I really look forward to seeing your versions. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.